Good morning, guys. Goat Shepherd here. I have here the Lambar that we've been waiting. We tried ordering it from Jeffers Pet. If any of you are familiar with the channel, you may already know that Jeffers Pet did not do us a service. We've been feeding them out of this saucepan. I just heat it up and then bring it out. I bring the goats in to this center area. I put the saucepan there, then I bring them into this center area, shut the door with me on the outside, then I can put the saucepan out the door and onto the porch, and then I let them out through the gate, and they attack it like a pack of piranhas, basically. So now I've got the saucepan heated up, or I've got the milk heated up in the saucepan, and I've got the warm milk in there. I heated it up because this is their first time. So this is what they normally do. But things are a little bit different this time. Now I'm going to take this out, put it in the place of the saucepan. If they'll let me put it down. Let's see if they can figure it out. Oh, well, we've primed the teats. See if one of them will figure it out. Helps sometimes if I put my hand down here. Well, I was hoping for a little bit of glory. Oh, MJ almost had it. All we need is for one of them to latch on. Let's see. Come on, little Tim. One of you guys do it. All right, I'm just gonna try to latch them here. Go for it, Kit. Show them how it's done. He knows there's milk in there. Come on, buddy. Show him how it's done. All right, I'm going to pause it for a second and then try to bring it back. All right, I'm back, guys. They just weren't getting it. Now what we have is a situation where these one-way valves down there, they don't work because these tubes curl back around. So this one, it curls all the way back around, and then the one-way valve lands sideways right back underneath this one. So they all curl back in on themselves, and they lay sideways, and those one-way valves don't even work at all. And so the milk just drains right back down out of these tubes, right down back, and they can't learn how to get it because they're sucking air. Now, what I did is I stuck a glass pie dish down there in the bottom, right side up. So like there's a pie inside of it type thing. And down around the edge of it, I fed these tubes so that it'll stretch it out across, all the way across the bucket down to the bottom, where actually it can sit straight up and down. So that's one thing I'm doing, is positioning those one-way valves with a glass pie dish. And I don't plan on doing this all the time. Once they figure out how to get the milk, they'll be on it, and it won't really matter whether those one-way valves will work or not, which they won't. They won't. They fill up. You fill up the tube, you draw the milk up the tube into the nipple, and they'll all just fall. It just ratchets back down. It goes da 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 da. And every single one of these does the same thing. None of them hold it. And if you suck the milk up into the tube and then blow back through the teat, then it locks the thing in place. But as soon as you move this thing, it's going to disturb that ball bearing in the bottom, and it's just going to all run back out. And so what we have is just a little bit of a design stupidity going on here, and it's just not working out. So the pie dish is going to orient those things to where they're straight up and down, and the one-way valves will actually work. Another thing I'm doing is I'm heating up this milk. I'm going to heat it up really good and make it hot to where they feel the heat coming out of the unit. And I was also going to fill this thing up. It's probably hot enough. I was also going to fill this thing up all the way to those teats, all the way up to the top, to submerge those nipples. But I don't think that that's necessarily needed, because I arranged the ball valves to work. Now that's another option here, is if you just, when you first use this thing, if you fill that thing up plumb filled with milk to where it's all the way up here, to where it's all the way up to above these lines right here, that will make sure that there's milk in the tubes. And then you draw it up into the tubes, you suck through each one, get it drawn up into the tubes, and it'll stay there if the milk level is above those nipples. But if not, you're going to have to put a pie dish down there and get those things oriented correctly. So here we go. I'm going to pour this in here, give it another go. Now they got some heat they can follow to these teats right here. I'm going to try to draw one up and see how it does. Yeah, and that's working. So I'm gonna give it another go. Now there's some nice warm milk in there for them. Warmer than I would normally make it for them. Let's see if we can get one on this. I'm going to try to stick a couple of them on it. Hold on. Okay, so Avienda has figured it out. I latched her on it, and she just had a latch. She had a latch on it. Hold on a second, I'll be back. Okay, I got 3 of them. 3 of them figured. I brought them inside. I started just launching them one by one. Maybe I'll just let the rest of these idiots in, see what they do. Okay, yeah. Looks like all I did was interrupt the flow. So I'll just have to, I mean, let's see. Kit looks like he's about to do it. All right, hold on. Yeah, so basically I'm just having to take them one by one and reteach them how to drink. You know, once they get the warm milk coming out of that teat, they understand instantly. But without those one-way valves working, it's really a pain in the butt. So you're going to have to fill this thing all the way up with milk or use a pie dish in the bottom to space those things out to where they actually stand upright. And once they learn where they're getting the milk, then they'll be able to, I mean, he's nice and fat. He's really figured it out. I think he's got it, you know. The next time I put this bucket out there, they'll probably get on it, but I still got a few of them to go. 1 second. Now here goes Min. She wasn't figuring it out. She wasn't figuring it out at first. And she's still, I may have to show her again here. Hold on. Just like you got a newborn baby that you have to teach to latch on the bottle, these nipples aren't red. If the nipples were red, then it would solve a lot of problems for these kids trying to figure it out. Come on, girl. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. 1 sec. Yeah, I mean, even though she was just drinking out of it a second ago, she needed me to put it back on her, put her back on it to figure it out. When you put them all in here at the same time, they're just going to try charging each other and battering each other around to get away from whatever it is they think they want. But she's almost fat enough. One more. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't done. She just couldn't figure out what was going on. I may have to do this a couple times based on this nipple stupidity that we're witnessing here. I may have to do this a couple times. 1 sec. Alrighty, guys. So it drained down. All I got is the pie dish filled with milk now down there. Of course, he knows what to do with that, but he hasn't drank yet. So I'm gonna cut it off because my phone doesn't know how to. I would just continue the video, but I don't have the editing capabilities that I need on this little phone here. So I'm just gonna make a second video and